This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, good evening, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am Tim Daniel. I am a lifelong Reds fan of my second season here at Locked On Reds. On tonight's show, we're going to discuss the Reds getting blown out by the Washington Nationals 10-4, and two of those runs came in the ninth inning with a hand. We're going to dive into the Brian problem because at this point, it is a problem. But we got to end the show high note, and 3-4 being LED of the Cruz South and JJ Bleday at least give something to talk about here. I don't know. We're all just trying to figure this out as we go. We don't know if this team's any good, right? Let's talk about it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I don't say this too often about the Francona, but I don't think that's a very well managed game. We certainly know he has a loyalty problem, right? We know that he just has this thing where he just holds on to these guys for too long and just like, don't worry, it's going to come around. TJ Friedl not coming around. Like, it's not happening at this point. I hate to say it. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't dislike TJ Friedl whatsoever, but 536 OPS has been about 536 OPS this whole season so far. I think this better steer move makes sense. I think he's going to be great in the two spot in front of Ellie and Sal. And when Gino comes back, it's going to be nice too. But honestly, I really liked moving Matt McClellan up tonight. I know he only won it tonight, but I think that's going okay of late. Honestly, I think he's going to be fine. But you know, a lot of this isn't necessarily Terry Francona's fault. I get it. But this is kind of an issue where there's a talent thing you can choose from, but even with the talent issues he has, still using the wrong guys. And like the free thing, I get. And then the pitching side of things tonight, it seems like he just couldn't press the buttons. Like, you know, Brady Singer like has a ball on his ankle or something. I don't remember that spot. And he's like, go again, buddy. It'll be fine. And Bob wanted to pull him after 3 2/3. Small has the worst outing of the year. It was not good. Lewis May at least gave them something. I mean, 5 strikeouts, 2 innings was pretty promising. He did give a homer, but yeah, Connor Phillips does Connor Phillips thing. Tony Sandion looked lost right now, and Pierce Johnson was 1 strike away from getting me free pizza. Come on, you couldn't get 1 more strike, Pierce. I'm just kidding. I get it. This is just kind of a thing where, again, I get it. The Reds have high quality major leaguers in the team, but they have like a handful of them. They don't have 10 guys who you're like, I can see on a pennant team. They maybe have 7, and a couple of guys are on the IL right now, being Gina, Hunter, Caleb Ferguson. But I feel like this just kind of, they had the 8 games, right? And then they won these last 2 games against Houston. You're good again. And then they turn into thinkers like today, where I know this offense is rolling and they're pretty talented, but it feels like he reached up on. Granted, they've had 2 more chances after tonight to get them, including Chase Burns going on Thursday afternoon. But just want them to be, if you're good, if you're bad, we know one way or another. Just seeing these games like this, where like after they follow up really good performances head against the Astros, and I think the Astros are old. They're not banging on trash can and celebrate victories right now. But they still have a ton of major leaguers as well. I took care of business with them. And then they can go out tonight and do what they do. Like, look, I get it. That team has James Wood is awesome. That team has CJ Abrams. CJ Abrams is very good. Probably playing the outfield, but it's very good. It just feels this kind of has a few things they really got to figure out. Tonight was kind of like just kind of having all that stuff magnified. One of those is Brian Hayes. We all know this is going to be put in it. He can't play for this team. He can't for this team. Defense, sure. Best defensive third base in baseball? Yeah, probably. I don't have him doing it, even though it's above. I don't say that right now. But I just don't know what he can give this team as a hitter, especially when you have guys like Sal Stewart and Spencer Shear and Nathaniel Lowe who can play in infield And when you get Gino back, you're going to have another guy there as well. And I've been on this a while. It took me a little long time to come around to it, but at this point, writing's on the wall. Like, it's not that I don't like Brian Hayes. He's easy to root for, and he got I've rooted really hard for, as we know, since the trade happened. This guy I wanted to see. This guy I predicted to do well. I was very wrong on that. I thought this would be a year where he was back again, because I thought that last year he had some he could build up. But August last year was great. But he's gonna be a one year guy that he's really fine. Just a month. That's all we need to know. But right now it's not that. And tonight, he grabs to a double play when they have the bases loaded and they're trying to have a rally, and he just can't. I don't know. He can't get it. And you kind of see Terry Francona realizing it too, because he does pinch hit low for him and gets bats. And so there is something clicking there between the South, moving at Spencer Shears to second order. Spencer Shears played first base now for a couple days. Nathaniel Lowe pinching Brian Hayes and games. So you see Terry Francona also kind of trying to figure like, okay, fine. But there are still things where something's not clicking there. This team obviously had the April that we'll never forget. So just put some context. Okay. They're 22-20 after it's lost to the Nationals. They came in 2011. That means they're 2-9 in the month of May so far. And those two games were back-to-back wins. They got some things to figure out. And they got to figure it out soon. But you know what I will say that was positive before I get to the final segment? I had a great time at the ballpark. It's the clock finally. I saw the clock. It's really cool. I think it's a really neat thing. And it was because only people who know who I am are the people who chat every day. But like, you see me standing out at the ballpark. No one knows who I am, and I'm fine with that. Totally content with that. I had people come up to me and they were like asking me to take a picture. I was like, this is perfectly fine with me. But I was standing by the clock. The clock looked really cool. It was really nice to see. Apparently I'm having some technical problems. That's par for the course for our game today, I see. But you know what? We did have some good to talk about there today, and that is the 3, 4, 5 hitters in the lineup. So we'll talk about them and more right after this. But first up is friends over at Rocket Money. If you've ever opened your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? You're not alone. Keep track of subscription sending and bills can be overwhelming fast. That's where Rocket Money comes in, helping you take control of your finances all in one place. It tracks all your subscriptions in one spot. It can help cancel the ones you don't need with just the tabs. It automatically categorizes your spending so you can automatically see where your money is going. You can set budgets, get alerts, and stay on top of upcoming bills. It makes everything feel more organized and gives you a clearer picture of finances day to day. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and help you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you read your financials faster. Join rocketmoney.com. That's rocketmoney.com. This episode is also brought to you by Kalshi. Baseball season is here, and you can now trade every game on Kalshi. On Kalshi, we're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, they'll be shopping, so log on to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event conduct trade risk and may not be suitable for investors. Prices, values, and available market may differ from this mentioned. For more information, go to kalshi.com/registry. I want to give a shout out to our everydayers. Thank you all so much for spending time with me as I head out here tonight. And I went to the game tonight, so I was a little later, and you all still stayed to hang out. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Don't forget to join the Everyday Club. You're going to lockedonpodcast.com/everyday. Seen there, not just on Locked On Reds, but on Locked On Cavs as well, doing the postcasts. You have ad episodes of all your favorite Locked On shows. Have our Discord chat that has a room for every single team that you root for as well. And it's a lot of fun in there to talk ball with all of you. Let's get to our Locked On Player of the Game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Today's Locked On Player of the Game is JJ Bleday, going 2 for 3 tonight with 2 RBI. Had 2 walks as well. I know the 2 RBI came really late in the game, but it adds to it. And so one thing I'm going to end on the high note here I feel like the Reds, although I just said all those things about like that's talent to figure out, some things are going well. And we obviously know with South Stewart and now the Cruz, that's probably going to go all year. They're going to have slumps, like I'll just out of one. But you can count on them most nights to be pretty productive for you. You're starting to see other guys kind of step up to that as well. So you see JJ Bleday is another one who has been up the red for a short time this major season, but I feel like has really done his part. You see him, he's got a 1.07 OPS and 45 bats. Small sample size, but in 45 guys, 4 homers, 11 RBI, 289 batting average, and he's drawn 11 walks already. But in context, he only has 10 strikeouts. So he's walking more than he's striking out. He's hitting highest Reds order. I feel like JJ Bleday might be a really nice underrated sign for this team. Now, anything can happen. We're still in May. But seeing him be there and kind of taking advantage of hitting with solid has been the Reds have really needed. Suarez out for a little while. I feel like when he comes back, he'll probably get rolling again. I think he's getting closer and closer. I don't know if there's a timetable for him per se. But while they're waiting for him, like Bleday certainly helped. I think Nathaniel Lowe has been solid. I know his night wasn't great. He had 2 strikeouts, but he's also been a really nice production of the team as well. So they certainly have guys that can make it work. It's just that how long can you count on them? Like I thought Dane Meyer to be the everyday infielder, and he hasn't hit any much better than PJ Friedl has late. Maybe worse, honestly, if you look at the number. You have to dive into them. But they've got some pluses. They've got reasons that you can believe in this team. There's also other things that we have to see them figure out. And one thing I do think they figured out is that, Ellie and Sal are going to come play every day. And if they can get 2 or 3 more guys to go with them, they have a chance to be a really baseball team. If they don't, we're having this conversation every single night. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and roll out of here. As the Reds are unfortunately losers tonight to the Nationals 10-4. The Nationals have 10 runs on 13 hits and 2 errors. The Reds have 4 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Your winning pitcher tonight is Brad Lord. He is now 2-0 on there. Brady Singer now 2-3. Has a 5.79 ERA. And the Reds back at it tomorrow at 6:40 at JPS. Nicola makes his second start of the year. He is 0-1 with 6.75 ERA. He's going to Jake Irvin, who is 1-4 with a 5.22. First pitch is at 6:40. Have to do the thing I always have to do because these things can do it to me. The Cavs and Reds are on the same time tomorrow, so there will be a Locked On Reds postcast. There will be a Locked On Cast postcast. It all just depends on which team finishes first to see which one I will do first. Everyone, thank you so much for waiting for me tonight, as I really enjoyed hanging out at the ballpark. I really want. So I'm very grateful you guys still to hang out with me after the game. And it's been an hour to get home because of traffic. But everyone, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm Tim Daniel. Go Red Legs. I will see you tomorrow.